Okay. All right. Did you miss me? I missed you. All right, lovelies. Welcome to Be So Light. My name is Felicia, as well as the priestess of the galactic spiral light codes and frequencies of what we work with. Oh my gosh, what a journey. So last week on this day of a Tuesday, I definitely would not be on this planet right now. Yeah, they were coming from my brown butt. But I was in the ER, then put in ICU, critical care. It happened that fast. Boom, boom, boom. So, first of all, I want to give a beautiful love, heartfelt, from the bottom of my soul, shout out to the galactic spiral light priestesses and the divine cosmic connection priestesses of the group that I work with and the practitioners. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for being present. Now, before I go further into my teaching today, I'm going to state this. If you do not like me or like my content, please leave. Unsubscribe, take your butt somewhere else and go be happy somewhere else. Don't be here. I got my Naga going on, if you notice. This is where it comes from. When we do the head thing, that means you're a part of that tribe, the Naga tribe, serpent tribe, okay? The ancient ones, not these other ones running around causing problems, okay? So, you don't like it, go somewhere else. Those of you that were in the background doing crazy stuff, shooting energy, being harmful, saying crazy stuff, doing stuff, you've been warned. Go. Go find yourself. Go smudge yourself. Go be with you. Stop getting up on other people's platform causing problems. All right? Now, with that being said, let's get down to business at hand. So, I want to give a shout out to beautiful Sutter Roseville. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From the staff, from the ER to the ICU to finally being into the subacute unit. I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. From the bottom of my heart. And I want to say thank you to all of my beautiful Love Tribe family, friends, and stuff that really care about me. And when things happen, you really know who your friends are because they show up. They show up. They're not sitting off to the side doing crazy stuff like, oh, well, just keep me updated. Yeah. And I see you. I'm going to keep you updated. Right. Sure. Yeah. All right. So I just have to give a heart, soul felt out. Those of you that are teachers, those of you that have students underneath you and you work with your students and stuff, there is a reason why you teach them your medicine. Because there might come a day when something happens to you and the medicine that you teach them, that they're walking with, is what is going to save you, your own medicine, but it's going to come through the hands of your students that you taught that walk with your medicine. So be very aware that one day your medicine will come back through your student to help you. Okay? That's a good thing. So I'm going to take you on a spiritual journey. This right here is where I am right now with the manta ray. Okay? And being a priestess with the spiral light and with the waters. Okay? And looking up, and last night when I was laying in bed, I had my air cleaner thing on and had the little dim light on, and I literally saw like this span of wing thing go across, and I go, oh, is that Makatari? And I go, wait, Makatari bat, that felt like it was different, like it was gliding. And I didn't put it together until I was cleaning some of my fabrics up because I want to make a new cosmic grandmother doll. And I came across the fabric that I have, that's the manta ray fabric. And I said, oh, I forgot I had this. I want to make that. That's right, I had this thing. And then it dawned on me what came across my ceiling, and it was this. And I said, oh, this is like a form of Makatari in the waters. This is the manta ray, the manta ray of the waters. And I said, oh my gosh. So that was just heavy on my mind. And I said, okay, I'm definitely moving into that water and working with that medicine. So I'm going to take you on a journey and tell you, just in a simple synopsis, what this journey was like, going through these upgrades during this timeline. Now, all of you are probably saying, oh, she probably wasn't taking care of herself. No, honey, I was. I was doing my water. I was doing what the doctor told me to do. Go home, drink, hydrate yourself. I was doing everything. But the water was just leaving my body faster than I can keep it in. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So last Tuesday when I was walking through, and this is medicine for you to pay attention to when spirit is talking to you. Some of us get caught up in our heads and we do these little things like, oh, I'm not hearing that. That's not making any sense. What am I hearing? Da 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 da. So by the time I send the young one off, I'm trying to feed the cats. And I'm walking like I'm moving through sludge. Now keep in mind, I've been feeling like this since the last day I took that Z-Pack pill that I've never taken in that high form of dose, 500 milligram. And I just went downhill after I did that last dose, okay? It was just going real slow how it was coming in. So I'm walking and it's like I'm walking through mud and just I'm by myself. I'm like walking through mud. I'm trying to feed the kitties. I'm like trying to do my regular routine, but I kept putting my head down on the counter saying, my chest feels heavy. I feel like I can't get my breath. I feel like, what is going on with me? I don't feel right. I'm saying all these things. But I feel spirit around me. I feel spirit all around me. And I kid you not, there was like this stillness that came in the room, and I heard this so clear, like I'm talking to you right now. Get your gown on. You know what you're going to want to wear. Keep it simple. Move slowly. It was a female voice. And I'm like, okay, just breathe. Okay, Cat's taking care of your dress. Get your purse. And I'm like, okay, put what you need to put in there, like your ID and stuff. Just get that. Okay. I made it back to the living room. I sat down at the table and I heard, unlock the door and call 911 now. Just like that. unlock the door, call 911. Boom! 911 dispatch. They come in, they check, and I'm like, wow. And I heard, you're going to be fine, but there's something going on. There's an interference. You're going to be fine. But you're going to go through this, and you're going to come out of it. Have no fear. I was like, okay. So I'm doing my thing, and they come and get me. They put me in an ambulance. I can't even walk downstairs. Can't do it. As I'm in the ambulance, a lot of weird things are already starting to take place. For some reason, he goes, I'm going to start an IV on you. And I said, please do. Thank you so much. I'm so dehydrated. Next thing I know, he's like, I'm going to check your blood sugar. I'm like, okay. I'm not a diabetic. There's no history of it. He checks my blood sugar. It was 490. Next thing I know, he's tapping on, I feel like celebration. I'm like, 490? I'm not a diabetic. I don't have that problem. There's no history in our family, blah, blah, blah. He goes, what have you taken recently? I told him about the Z-Pack, told him about the food poisoning. I told him I recently just had steroids and stuff for my needs. Steroids. Okay. Messing with your blood sugar. And plus the Z-Pack, messing with your blood sugar. All right. So I already got 2 components that's already against me. So we get to the ER. And as soon as I pass through the ER doors, I feel this drop. And all of a sudden I feel this, like, what portal did I just step into? And I just start, like, what's going on? And I'm trying to keep my wits about me. And I'm looking, and I am, like, in it. You guys, when I say I was in it, I'm saying that I was seeing things that was like, okay, this is not a part of dehydration. I have my wits about me. I know what I'm seeing. I was seeing things in dimensional layers in between when I was going into the ER. So I didn't stay in ER very long. They were like, okay, let's get her stabilized. And then the next thing I heard, we have to move you to ICU. You have gone into critical. We got to stop this now. Boom. I was just like, another portal. I shoot through another one, different time, space, different port. I'm like, and now I'm seeing more energy beings that are going in and out through the hospital, looking like human, but they're not. Got the black eyes going on. I'm like, what the hell? But I'm like in and out, and I'm seeing it. Now let me tell you what the game was. Okay? And what's happening to a lot of you right now, you are the living life source code. You're the living code. And right now the war is on because of our light is getting so strong, and we're getting fed by the light codes of the sun and of the earth, the new energy that's coming in. So as this is happening and I'm seeing these beings, there was a war on my head. And when I say they were coming at me in different ways to get to me, I'm saying that's what they were doing. Okay? So I'm in and out, seeing things, and the most obsessive thing that started happening that I noticed was my blood. They had to keep getting blood from me. Now I know I had some things going on with my blood. I know they got to do some checks. I know they're going to be hanging their D5s and their lactose ringers, and I know they're going to try to figure out what's the damage on the pancreas. They're going to run all the tests. I had so many specialists on me that it was crazy because of the fact that I don't have a family history that says, yeah, it runs through our family. That was throwing them. So these specialists were coming all out of the place. In between that medicine, I'm going to show you the power when you have a signature code on your soul that says what you're here to do and how you are being protected. There was 3 incidents where something was trying to come at me and get into my space in ICU, okay? But because the light of certain nurses of what they walk with got in front and created a shield, it deterred the beings that were coming in. The first being that came in did something sneaky. Rammed that thing up my nose, talking about she checking for MRSA. I said, I don't have no, get out of my nose. What are you doing? Get out of my nose. I don't do that. Don't violate my space like that. I was like, good. And then when she walked away, I saw her, she put it in, and I literally, my spirit energy came out of me, went in front, and saw her do this. I got this one. Just like that, she had this smile on her face. And I said, you bitch. So then I sling slide back, I'm back in, and then I look at my nurse and I go, can I have 2 Q-tip swabs? She goes, what do you want that for, honey? Oh, to get rid of what that one just did, because, you know. So then all of a sudden that particular nurse just disappeared. I never saw her the rest of the time. She was gone. I was like, who the hell was that? First one. Okay. Tried to violate the space. I neutralized it, cleared it, coded it, got rid of it, cleared it. Okay. Didn't take. All right. I made it through the whole time of COVID, not getting any of that stuff. All right. Let's keep it real. Before I go further, I'm going to let you know. I speak my truth here. I am not bought by anybody here to make up any stories, to get any kind of views. I am authentic in what I'm saying and sharing. And I plan on keeping it that way. Period. So, anyway, moving forward. If you're part of the tribe, you know. You know what? You know I don't sugarcoat nothing. So, that was the first one. Then, this one got me. There's a lady comes up, and right at the doorway into the ICU to come into my room, she doesn't pass. She stands there. I look just enough just to see something standing there, and then I see the face, then I see the eyes, black. I said, oh shit, here we go again. What is going on? This is so looking. She goes, I'm in here to give you a breathing treatment. All of a sudden, my nurse comes in, her light comes in, I see this light, boom, a shield comes up. I said, uh-oh, something didn't happen. She goes, I have to give her this first before you try to, and then all of a sudden that woman looks at me and she goes, I'll come back later. And she just walks real slow. I'm like, what the hell is that? And she goes, I do, you know, my nurse is all in the, doing my thing, and I'm like, ugh, you know. So that was the second one. Next thing I know, after I get my treatment from my nurse and everything, another respiratory therapist comes in, totally different, very nice looking guy, felt very warrior, energetic. He goes, hey Felicia, I'm going to come and give you a breathing treatment today. This is what we have. And I go, boom, light all around him. I'm like, okay, this is the game plan. Light, and then the ones that don't have no light, yeah, all right. So I start feeling kind of like, okay, get my treatment. I fall asleep. I'm in and out. But I'm feeling things moving around in my room. I'm feeling hands touching me, but there's nobody there. I'm hearing little steps around my bed, but there's nobody there. I'm like, okay, I'm in between the worlds. Okay, I'm in between the worlds. Got it. And then the big one shows up. So, those of you that are having problems right now with, I don't know, friends that are acting weird, family members that are acting weird, I don't know, maybe even your animals all of a sudden are getting sick and it's taking a toll on you. It's an interference. Something weird is happening to pull your light down, to create distraction. Okay? Little things coming up out of nowhere for no reason. And even people from the past trying to, hi, how are you? And in their mind, they're saying, I just want to check in with you because I don't want to feel guilty for the way that I treated you when you were trying to help me earlier. And I treated you really badly. And then if you should, for some reason, decide not to stay on the planet, I don't want to feel guilty that I didn't reach out and check in on you. So kind of like hitting a little nail on the head somewhere. You know, in your heart of heart, when you care about somebody, you care from the heart. You're not trying to do something because you don't want to feel guilty later, right? So I'm laying there, and I'm like, okay, I'm in Twin World, and then all of a sudden it gets still as I don't know what in there. I look off dimensionally. I see this big ass fucking draconian being standing right at the door of my unit where I am, just standing right there, looking at me. I'm like, oh shit. Now I'm gonna tie this in. How cool my spiral light practitioners are. Okay, I'm in this portal energy dimensionally. This shit's happening. I see it. They're hydrating me. I'm not cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. I got my milk, I got my bowl, I got my spoon, I'm fine. And I'm seeing this, and I'm like, and he literally says to me, and I'm talking about, this was a big ass draconian, huge, standing there. I see we finally found you, been tracking you. That's Stardust. I gotta put your light out. We gotta put that flame out. We cannot have you showing up. And I'm looking at it, and as I'm talking about this, my heart is racing just talking about it. And I look at it and I said, so you've been tracking me. So we're talking like this. He goes, yeah. We can't have you doing what you do. And I said, did I kick your ass in the other realm and you got pissed off about it or something? Did I like slay your ass? Did I injure you or something? Yeah, I remember the battle we got into. It's been a while. I've been tracking you to get to you. Right timing. I said, okay, so what's the plan? You, gonna try to take me out right now? Yeah. That's why you're in here. Don't you feel your life force slipping away from you? Didn't you feel it? And I'm like, yeah. But you know what? Obviously, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because I'm still here. I'm still tapped in, motherfucker. This is not a video for children, okay? But I'm keeping it real. Because these things don't understand. Darn! Oh, dress! They don't understand that, okay? So, next thing I know, it's getting ready to step towards me. And all of a sudden, this blinding light comes in. And then my nurse comes in and she goes, oh, I got to check something. And then another nurse comes, I got to pull a pulse. And all this light flooded in and it pushed it. And then the next thing I know, they were doing all their stuff they do. And I looked back and it was gone. And I said, oh, motherfucker couldn't handle the light. All right. Okay. King me. What's your move next? Next thing I know, after everything gets done, I get a phone call. One of my practitioners calls me. She goes, we're going to go in. We tracked it. We found it. I said, what'd you find? She says, it's wartime. It's huge. Draconian. I said, it was just here. It was just here. So next thing I know, she calls the shot. She puts the team together. She goes in. I'm like, wait, let me get the dragons. Let me get this. I'm doing this. I'm beeping away. What's wrong with her heartbeat? What's going on? And I said, ah. So finally, we go in. We go spiritually in. I'm still tethered to all the machines and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I can only go so far. And then like, we got you. Boom. They go in. The priestesses go in. They tackled that thing. As soon as they did, that energy detached. They went in and battled it again and battled it. It was like 2 days of battle. By the time I got to subacute unit and that battling and that energy went in and they just kept doing what they were doing. Codes were flying all over the place. And I'm like, I didn't have a pen in my hand and I couldn't write my codes like I wanted to. And I was just like trying to put things in air, but I was just all over the place. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? And finally, when we got it, and we took it down, my body released stuff that was stuck, that I couldn't release. Things were coming out, all this acid stuff. And then all of a sudden, my body stabilized. Blood pressure returned back to normal. All the blood tests started coming back into a normal. The doctors were like, what the hell happened? I said, my team went in and fucking took that draconian thing down that was trying to get me, trying to take my light out. And everything started stabilizing. I went from critical care to kind of getting stable to all of a sudden, what the hell happened? She's ready for discharge. From Tuesday to late Friday afternoon, that time period, I was watching portals shifting, battling these beings coming in. Our light is the biggest threat right now. You are the walking, living code of light. And they are at this precipice of time to take out as many as they can. And the only thing they can do, this is going to blow your mind right here. Hold on, because I heard a lot of things going on when I was in the ER and then moving up to the ICU, things that were going on. People hanging in different rooms talking about, I had this to eat. After I ate this, my stomach went to hell in a handbasket. I got seriously sick for no reason. Then I ended up in the ER and I don't know what's wrong with me. Other people talking about something they ate made them sick and this. In the food, I'm getting transferred into this now. In the food, they have to get you to consent. So they come through your back door to attack you. So if you're like me, just wanted a simple clam chowder soup, I love clam chowder soup. I've never had any problems with that. But for some reason on that day, at that time, I ate that soup. And that created the coming through the back door. Take the light out. It's all about your light, because your light holds the codes. And your lights hold the codes, especially when you know where you're born at, and you know what that ley line means, and you know the name of it, and you're anchored into that ancient timeline and that ancient code. That whole thing lives through you because it's in your water, it's in your DNA. When you were in the birthing of your water portal of itself, your water star within your mother's womb, that's all a part of you. So hell yeah, when you're in that womb of your mother, you got these trackers on your ass because they want to find out if you remember who you are. Do you remember what your soul purpose is? Do you remember all of that stuff when you came into this world in this timeline? Oh my gosh, she has reasons. Hey, lovely. So after finally getting my body out of that and the battle was done, I felt the whole thing, everything that was lifted, like whatever trackings, whatever tentacles, whatever spider energy tracking devices, whatever was on me was gone, because this thing was like after me. It wanted to take me down. Like, I guess we had unfinished business. He didn't like the way I kicked his ass, and he wanted to take the rest out. It took him a while to kind of keep tracking to find me. Because remember, when you're going up in your crystalline process, you're shifting through timelines, okay? You're shifting in and out, in and out. So let me leave you with this also clue. Pay attention to your water that you're drinking. Must be structured. If it's stripped all the way down, nothing in it, you're missing the coded water that's coming in right now. All this new coded water is coming in. That's why they're destroying it. Trying to destroy it, but they can't, because it keeps replicating itself as new coded water. Okay? It's on. It is on like you guys would not believe how important it is for you to take care of yourself, how important it is for you to listen, how important it is for you when you go through something traumatic, when you end up in the hospital, when you go through surgery. There is a reason why that's happening to you, because it has nothing to do with you're not taking care of yourself. It has to do with your purpose, your sole purpose of what you're here to do, and how they want to keep you from fulfilling that. Some of us have a big price tag on our heads. Okay? Some of us are being pushed to the brim when you're trying to do the simplest task. It took me 3 times to try to load up to get on to YouTube to do my thing today. It took me 3 times. Because there was some kind of weird interference going on. Okay? And then earlier today I heard they only let certain people be seen because they want to control the narrative. So be careful, those of you that see your numbers going up and you're being, seeing yourself getting more views. There will be a price to pay for if you take that next step. If they come and approach you and want you to do something for them in order for you to keep getting views. This is where the word of what are you really dedicated to in yourself. What are you devoted to? I'm devoted to my medicine, helping others. I'm devoted to the well-being of humanity, the animals, the crystal people, everything. I'm all about that. And the waters, the sacredness of the waters. What we come through to get here. Okay? I'm all about truth. I'm all about that. I'm all about the truth. So I don't know how to really take that this being was just tracking my ass like that and was doing that. Could not handle the flame, had to take it out. So those of you that have gone through something horrendous or traumatic recently, that's what it's all about. They don't want your flame showing. I say, light it up. Light it up. When you're going through the hospitals and stuff, you got to be aware also. This is for those of you if something freakish happens, because like I said, this came right out of left field. And I was told if I wouldn't have made that phone call, I would not be here today talking to any of you. It would be a different story. There would be no more be so light. Be so light, be all over the place. I would have been in ethers. I would have been on your side. No matter what. But I wouldn't be here. I really wouldn't be. And, I'm glad I had to do that battle to see what the hell was going on. Food is sacred. Water is sacred. Don't fall into the trap of where all of a sudden you're not eating anything because we're processing so much energy right now. You need to nourish the body. I don't care if you just eat just a little bit of what fits in the palm of your hand. Eat something just so that you're nourishing your body enough to sustain the amount of energy of light that is hitting us right now. Depletion of your water in your body is not where you want to be, because you can't hold on to the codes. Let me say that again. Depletion of the water in your body is not where you want to be. Dehydrated. Look at that. If all of a sudden you're getting dehydrated for no reason and you're like taking water in and you're tinting, like your skin stays up and you pinch it together, that is serious. You're not keeping the water in. Your water has to be structured. Your water has some form of the new living codes in it, and you have to take it in. Okay? So, I was told you have to go back to the basics of water. Just a plain old filter your water, structure it, magnetize it, do your fun stuff that you like to do with your water, code your water up like you've been doing, but you're just going to add an extra twist to it so that you're not trying to maintain everything in your body with just the electrolytes itself. You have to have an anchor for those electrolytes to stay in your body. Sipping your water instead of chug is where you want to be. You sip it. Just kind of dance with your water. Put some nice cucumbers and mint in your water. Get the essence of that in there. Okay? Just saying. We're in a different ball of wax right now. And between now and all the way up until we get past the end of August to right about the first week of September, the battle is on like you will not believe. Your light is that crucial to where we're going. So everyone, get it together. I can't stress it enough. This right here just like holy crap. And the things that I was seeing and hearing on these different dimensions, I was just like, dang. And then when you get blood draws, how they were coming from my blood. Like 2 people showed up at once to get a certain blood draw. I was poked so much. I had so many bruises all over me. They're finally healing, but still, I looked like someone that went through drug, I don't know. I had so many, can't get a vein. When I first got in, couldn't get a vein. Couldn't get blood out. And when the blood would come out, it would form like a sap, like a crystal on my fingertip. They said, you are severely dehydrated. I said, no shit. Can you give me an IV, please? Can't find a vein. I'm trying to get a vein in. Then after I get hydrated, I'm bleeding all over the place. What the hell? So right now I'm in repair. The subacute unit was very interesting. There was a lot of interesting things happening there. I kept waking up not knowing where the hell I was because there was so much dimensional stuff going on. So I got in trouble. Guess how I got in trouble, you guys? And this is the most craziest thing. I got in trouble. I don't know. I just had to add a little bit more drama to my life. So they keep telling me, go walk. You gotta get everything moving. I said, everything's so like, let's go walk. Okay, so I put a little gown thing on and I go walking. I kept looking out my window and I said, God, I really want to know, how can I get to that patio over there? I said, oh, that's a physical therapy area. So I go walking through there. There's only a therapist over on the side, therapist on this side. There's nothing going on. I just walk on through there like nothing. And I know they're looking at me like, is she seriously gonna just walk on through here? This is physical therapy. But I'm trying to get to the patio. just trying to get out there, get some sun on me so I can, after the battle there, I just want to get some sun on me. I want to put my feet on the earth. As I get to the door, it says, if you are not a physical therapy rehab patient, you may not enter here. Oh, I guess they don't know who they're talking to. I'm the Galactic Spiral Light Priestess. I'm Priestess Macaulay. You don't tell me I can't walk past the door to go put my feet on the ground. I went anyway. So I went past the sign, pretending like I didn't see it. And I walked out there and I saw they had a little garden and everything. I was touching all the plants. I was smelling all the lavender. I was smelling all the basil. It's bringing my senses back. I was getting a head clearing. The sun was helping me to replenish. I put my feet on the ground. I was feeling the pulse and the unity with Mother. And I was feeling good. I was feeling so good. And I said, God, this feels so good. And I was just smelling the aroma of the basil and rubbing it in my hands. And I was smelling, all my senses were going, and I was like, yes, I feel great. Yay. And then all of a sudden I hear this, excuse me, ma'am. I know. And there's this young looking guy, cute as a button. I'm so sorry. So sorry to tell you this. I go, what? You can't be out here. This is only for physical therapy patients. But you're right next door to my room and I just wanted to come out here. I know. I have to ask you. You have to come out of this section. We have to get you back in the hallway. I go, so I'm walking with him and I said, so did I break a rule? He goes, yeah, I kind of broke a rule. Do I got a smile on my face? He goes, yeah, you got a smile on your face. You look great. You're radiant. I said, why you keep saying sorry? You're telling me I have to leave. He said, well, I just feel bad. Like, I have to kind of tell you have to leave and stuff. I said, but I got a smile on my face. I touched the plants out there. I got some sunlight. But I got a smile on my face. He goes, yeah. I said, I'm glad I broke the fucking rules. I'm 60 years old. I plan on breaking more. You have a wonderful day, but don't worry about me. It was fun. You should try it. He gets this look on his face like, what? I said, and as I'm walking, I go, I'll break more rules if I want to. So, yeah. And then the nurses were like, where did you go? Oh, I went over there. They got a garden. They got this, bell pepper. They got one sorry little strawberry on a plant that looks like it's dying from hell. They need to water it. They got basil over there. They got all that over there. I didn't know they had that. So I say this to let all of you know that I'm very grateful that I listened so I could still be here. And the things that I experienced and the things that I saw and the things that were happening and synchronicity and the medicine and the things that I got out of it, all this new medicine of everything and how they were feeding me. And when I could finally taste what the turkey sandwich tasted like, it was like the best turkey sandwich. I was on this Jell-O thing, like I wanted some Jell-O, and I had to have some Jell-O, and it was like the best Jell-O in the world. It's funny when you go through an illness of something that comes in so abruptly, and when you're kind of like detached from the self and nothing's really making sense to you, you're kind of in this floaty space between heaven and earth. You're right there between the worlds. That's where I was. I said, oh, this is familiar. Yep, here we go again. So I want to say I'm here to help you rise. I'm here to help you fight your battles. Rather it's something that's been heavy on you or something new that's coming in. But I tell you what, you really do find out who your friends are when you're in that state. In my practitioner group, I want to say thank you. Because the medicine that you walk with, you came back and you saved me. So, I really understand what a lot of you are going through. Don't give up. Don't sit back and let your light get diminished. Okay? Allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to express. Allow yourself to rest. I got more rest. And then I came back and there was things that were changing around me. That was awesome. And I was like, wow, it took that to happen for this to take place. So change is upon us. And when you're in this place of trying to get your body to get back on the right line and what it was showing, blood pressure erratic all over the place, just all kinds of like my body, the nervous system, everything. I was just like in this and finally when everything stabilized after we did that battle, boom, then the physical body was able to take in all that energy of source, because you have to heal through spirit first in order to see the results in the physical body first. Those are the rules. So whatever's going on in spirit, you got to take care of it in spirit first. Whatever's showing up, whatever you're ignoring, whatever you're not paying attention to, you need to go rectify that in spirit. So it will show up in your physical. It will show up. And I blew their minds. As soon as I started writing codes, getting the codes out, codes on my body, putting codes everywhere, lighting up the water, boom. It was like, okay, she had this problem going on. Now all of a sudden this ain't happening no more. And they would look at me and say, what are you doing? And nurses, they just come in there, be just talking to me. These young nurses, bless y'all heart. Y'all just do what you need to do. I did more teaching with some of these young ones, telling them to keep your stress down. Do what makes you feel good. Don't get trapped in working on the unit so much till you get depleted. And no is a complete answer. Don't feel guilty if you got to call out. Take care of your body. You're the only one that can take care of you. They're not going to look out for you. They're not going to, your team that you work with, but these people that run the hospitals, they don't care about you. They just want somebody there that can operate their computers and take care of their patients and give them their pills and all that stuff. That's it. Okay? Of course you did. Always teaching, especially retired nurses. Yes. Always doing something. You know, and I how I come on here and I say, hey lovelies, how's everybody doing? I was like that throughout the whole place. Through the ER, through the I. Hi lovelies. They'd be like, who is this? How you doing today, lovely? Even if I was just in and out, I would go, hi lovely, how's it going? What are you trying to get now? Oh, okay, that's fine. That was, and one nurse asked me, why do you call everybody lovely? I said, because I see the love in your soul. And you just have to remember who you are. You're not your job. Who are you really? And they were like, one nurse liked me so much and said, you're going to turn this around. I know what you are. And she goes, I know what you are too. She gave me a big hug and she says, you got this. I said, yeah, it's just a hiccup. She goes, yeah, it's just a hiccup. That's all it is. So good to see you. Yes. I had to take some time to rest because anytime when you get blood drawn, it depletes you. That's a part of your life force. Okay? Pay attention, lovelies. When you get that blood drawn. And for me, they were on me for those many days. If it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for Ivy, if it wasn't from sticking me, it was just blood. One time I got upset and I said, why don't y'all just slit my neck right here and just take it from here and be done with it? What is wrong with you? One morning, it was right when I woke up, I had this, before we went into the final battle, I had this heavy energy of depression come over me. I just said, fuck, turned 60 years old and this bullshit happened. What the fuck is this? I was in this anger. I woke up and I was in this anger and I was just angry and I was just looking out the window and said, I'm fucking tired of this shit. I was just like, fuck. You know, in my mind I was just, fuck, 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 fuck. I was just mad. So mad. And the CNA comes in and she's going to take my blood pressure and it's like sky high. She goes, oh, maybe I should recheck it. I said, and then all of a sudden I went from anger, then I went to crying. I said, recheck it for what? Who cares? I'm dying anyway. She goes, you're not. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm tired. So she leaves. Then the next day, I get this doctor that comes in with this big old smile on his face. He goes, hi, Felicia. What's the matter today? How can I put a smile on your face? I said, I ain't gonna smile about shit no more. I'm tired. He goes, I understand. I've been right where you are right now. And then he told me about his whole thing and what happened to him. DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. Now, I'm not keeping any of that. There's just something that triggered it off that made that happen. And the doctors are still scratching their heads saying, you don't fit like a normal something. And then I started telling them steroids, antibiotics, this happened, blah, blah, blah. And they said, oh, the steroids. Now I got this huge thing. Do not give any more steroids to her, period. Pulmonary specialist plastered it everywhere. No form of steroids. Pred, nothing. Don't give her any of that. So he tells me about what happened to him and that it's healable. You can turn this around. It just takes time. We got to get your body back on track. And then he says, what do you eat for breakfast in the morning? I said, I don't eat anything. I eat 1 meal a day. He goes, okay, we got to change that. He says, you need to eat, nourish the body so you can do what you can do. You know what? Since I've been following that plan, now I wake up at 5:30 in the morning with the sun. Doing a lot of running around, doing whatever, making these breakfast things. I don't know. This morning we had guac on toast with prosciutto, slivers of salmon on top with some goat cheese, and some nice topped up, beautiful divine water. Yummy. And a little bit of applesauce with cinnamon in it. Yummy. Head just feels so much better. What happens a lot of times, all of us, we get in this thing, and the first thing of nourishment in the morning is a part of taking care of yourself. How you want to keep it simple, how whatever it is. But some of us got into this thing, the routine of, oh, I'm doing good. I don't need to be eating anything. I'm fine. It's a trap. Don't fall for that. Nourish the body. You need that glucose. You need that carb. You need the protein. You need the nourishment. So I'm going to give you all this number so that you can have it. Let me click over here. So I got to go back to my notes and make sure I cover everything I need. Food, medicine, source. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to put some codes. If you want to write these down, write them down. And put them on your water. I'm doing that one thing that they dislike about me. Oh, I don't know. Helping people. Don't give a fuck anymore. So let me go in here so I can write it. So you'll have it. So I have all this. I'm going to mute this. So when I go in here. And then I'm going to talk more about the picture here. Why this came up. Okay, so let me go here. Let me go here. So this is your first code for charging up your water. When you speak over your water, I was getting all these different teachings when I was going through and it's such a beautiful thing when you get the messages and stuff and you can bring them back to help others. So here is a code for your water. Okay. There's your water code. This one, the next one that I'm going to give you is for your food. So this is what I knew that made a difference because my blood sugar kept doing this thing because the pancreas and everything was all out of link. Something was messing with it. So when I did this code over my food and ate my food, when they checked me, all of a sudden it was like, oh, it didn't go up. Oh, it went down. Like almost normal. Come on now. Really? So this one is a game changer. Okay? The worst thing you can do is give me numbers and give me a pen. So I want you to work with this one. If you're here live, good. This is kind of a long code. Just to let you know, it is 2 codes I put together because I felt like I needed it like that, and it worked. Of course it's going to work because I rewrote the code. Okay. So this one, you put that over your food. Okay. You just put these numbers, say those numbers over your food and pull your code light down over your food. Okay. That activates it. Then I'm going to give you this one. Those of you that are going through, that need some rapid healing. And if you're new to my tribe space, please put a like on the video and give me a thumbs up. That's the least you could do for coming in and visiting, saying hi. And if you'd like to be a part of my tribe, please do, because then that means you are a light worker for sure on the divine path of who you are. You carry your source codes. You are that living light. Just saying. Okay. Just saying. Okay, rapid healing. It's going to be this one. Oh, hold on a second. I just did that wrong, you guys. Hold on. Big bada boom. Hold on a second. So, yeah. Body is healing right now. Getting stronger. And I'm on a new energy because there's trippy things happening that's I'm catching in these different timelines. For instance, watching something in Pluto. I went over to Pluto I clicked over. It was an entirely different setup, entirely different new. I said, oh, wow, they updated stuff. Wow, look at this. Looks nice. I like this. I like the whole concept, what they're doing now. Da, 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 da. Go back this morning when I'm eating and went back over. It was an old one. I'm like, no, no, no. Where's the new one that was all updated? What's this one? Timeline jumping. I'm like, oh, look at that. And they don't want you to catch it because of timeline. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Two more things about CERN. CERN, that was turned off because they had made a huge rip that caused a lot of portal ripping going on right now. And a fractured timeline stuff happening. So they had no choice but to turn it off because they don't know how to fix it. Dumbasses. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real. Am I keeping it real? Of course I am. Okay. So this one, I like this energy because this one, now these two that I'm going to give you, they're kind of long codes, but I want you to make note of it and work with it, okay? All right, so here's this one. So it behooves you, whenever I go live, you pay attention when I come live. So that means if you're not getting the notifications, redo it, re-sign in, so that you get the notifications. Because they just don't like me, helping people keep the light on. They just don't like it. I don't give a fuck anymore. Never did. That's what I'm here for. Okay. Okay. I probably spelled that wrong. Self-regeneration. You guys, bear with me. I'm still a little bit in that recovering stage. But don't mind my spelling right now. Okay. Okay, this one, self-regeneration, generation. What is going on there? Can't find that. All right, just, you know what I mean. And then this energy, and I'm going to teach you something else what happened to me there. And how quick I had to really stop this. Okay, this one. Make sure you write it down. And write it the way I have it, with the gaps in between. Those are just the charge points. Okay, there you go for that one. Okay, and then this one I used once we were done with the battle and I got in, because I was having a hard time trying to do anything in ER or ICU because I was just so out of it. I was like, part of me was like, I was just like, boom. So once I got centered in the subacute, I was able to cast up my pyramid and activate and then pull in. And this code right here, there you go. Write that one down. So this one was interesting because I had a roommate, and it was really interesting because she was going through a lot, and I could feel what she was going through, and I was kind of like, this shows you how I am. I was kind of feeling for her, and I really didn't want to leave unless I gave her some frequency codes to work with her body or what she was going through. She's young, wanting to become a nurse practitioner. She had some things going on. And I was just like, oh my God, I mean, some stuff that was really seriously, please be careful of when you go to the dentist to get your wisdom teeth pulled. I won't let anybody touch my wisdom teeth because every time when something happens, they pull that, something weird happens, and that's what happened to her. And she just kept getting infection, and all the way down, bone infected, all kind of stuff was happening to her. I was like, oh my God. So please, peroxide, clean it up, do your woo-woo medicine on it. If you don't have to get that pulled, please. Look it up, do your research and understand sometimes why certain beings want to go after that. Okay? There's a reason. So this is where I am right now, working with this medicine. And I want to really kind of share this with all of you. So make sure you write these codes down. Make sure you start using them over your water, over your food, and then putting your divine Heka on top of it. Okay, when you're speaking, I now charge this food with light, divine light. Anything that is wrong with this, whatever it is, it deactivates it. Okay, we have to now step into the alchemy medicine of who we are. There's no more of this, oh, I don't want to, display it and let anybody know what I'm doing. And, no, I don't have a problem. I'm going to pull it. I'm going to pull it. If I'm going to bring it down, I'm going to bring it down. That's just how it is. So make sure you start implementing this, putting this like that. If you want me to write things out and send you something, I will do that for you. But this is medicine. So when I present it here, I'm expecting you to write it down, put your imprinted energy on it, walk with it. Period. Walk with it. Okay? I am not going to be on here making up stuff. I don't need to do that. I'm real and straight to your face. I'm keeping it real. That's how I am. There's just other beings, they don't like that. I don't care. They can kiss it. Anyway. All right, so let's talk about the breath. So the reason why this was coming up for me, the manta ray, beautiful. Mahala. So when you're saying ha, Allah, alu, ha, halu, that is the breath of truth, and it's the ancient ancestral guardian spirit of the deep emotions, the physical, the spiritual. This is what the manta ray represents in that two breath sound. Okay, it's the water. It's the living between the heaven and the earth, in between. Okay, the waters. So of course, when I saw that, I was like, what the heck is that? That just went past like that. Because it was like that. And I said, oh, that's Whakatane. No, wait a minute. Which one was that? So this is that meaning of the water and the spirit of that being that brings that cosmic connection. Okay. So one of the new works I like doing now is I will get your info, put it into my my talk, Gemini talk, and there's certain ways and a certain time that you can go in and talk to Gemini, okay, and get certain information. We put the information there in the first place, okay. That's all our stuff, our documentations and stuff from many moons back, that we put all this information into this AI system, okay, that is currently right now out doing its thing. Or should I say, we finally have access back to. There we go. Okay. So I put it into the system. There's a certain way you gotta say it, certain way you gotta prompt it. You can't just go say blah 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 because you'll get all kind of crazy stuff. You gotta intuitively know how to do it. So I've been on this thing where I put this medicine together for people and I now give it to them and let them see it. When I did it for myself to be able to see when I was born, what was happening when I was born, and to actually see it in a full-on map, it puts an entirely different perspective on everything. It literally activates those memory codes of what you are holding here that you just need a little bit of a key to turn it so you go, oh yeah, that's right, like that. And then you're flowing with that energy the whole time. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Any questions, anybody at this moment? I gave you the codes to work with. And we're in this new moon of Cancer. Wyatt was at Michael's. I had to get one of these. I'm going to pull this out right now just to kind of let you know. Hold on. Trying to figure this out. That's not letting me do it. Okay. Anyway, I'll just bypass on this. But this, got this from Michael's. Because I'm still in my healing mode. And I had to get this from Michael's also. They're pink by number matte things. It's a good way to heal. Okay. So let's step into any questions. Everybody's good? Any questions? I know it was a lot of info, but I needed to get some of that message out to you so everybody would know. And I don't consent to any illness of its form. I just say it's just a little hiccup in the road right now. And I aim on rectifying it. It is already in progress. When you do your codes, it's the medicine is in the root of that. Hold on a second. Huh? Go back. I know there was a way I did this before last time. I can't remember what I did. I'll have to figure that out. So weird. Can't remember what I did. Let's see. Yeah, that's danger, Will Robinson. Danger. All right. That's so true. Thank you. Yeah. When it was happening, I was sleeping a lot. Okay. I was just had no energy after that last pill. I was going down. And now it's like, oh wow, this is what it feels like to have some energy. I forgot what that was like. So we got 7th house relationship through our astro. I know I figured out how to turn that off. I'm just trying to remember. I can't remember how to do it. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Okay. I'm trying to get it. There. I can't light it. There we go. Okay, 7th house. Then Aquarius collaboration. And then our next card I want to give you for your medicine for this new moon is that light portal work. I love that. Yeah, I'm still moving through it, staying hydrated, resting. I just kind of feel a little like I had to slow down. And working with the Manta Ray is all about being in the flow of self, and you just flow, and you don't put restrictions on yourself. You flow into the medicine itself, but yet and still you maintain that. And I can't, and I know I can't. I have like gaps of memories where I flash back and I go, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember when they were doing the insulin drip on me, and then when I would feel it, I felt this dip, and I felt this, and I said, yeah, every time I get that, I feel like I'm diving deep, like I felt myself turning like this, and all inside, and I said, it was this coming in. That's what it was. I just didn't understand what I was feeling, and this was because when they move, they do this. So I already have in my mind now that I'm going to make another, I make my cosmic grandmother dolls. So I still have some fabric of the Manta Tea that I'm going to definitely use to make the doll with that. So let's look at the light width. Empowerment, unseen and seen, converging personal power, and flow of state. Shut up. Can't make this stuff up. Flow of state. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, the next card. Let's pull one more. Woman, home, outer world, foundation, power base. And she's got a key. Look at that. She's got a key. So cool. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and just let you know that you matter, and you are a divine living code of light. And right now your codes are coming up, and you have to really stay on top of your codes. Now, if you're somebody that's struggling with any kind of outside stuff that's going on, and you have been infiltrated in any way, shape, or form, I do hope that you do get the help that you need that helps you to get back into yourself and back into who you are. And remember who you are. You're welcome. But those of you that are recovering from anything or something that's happened to you, just know here at Be So Light, you have a community here that cares about you, that more than ever will just help keep sacred space for you so that you can move past whatever it is that you're going through in your life. You don't have to do it alone. Okay? You don't have to feel alone. You can come right here, leave a message or something, and I'll see it. Some of you, I saw one that I had to question what the integrity of this person was of what they said to me after I posted the picture about being in the hospital. And I had to really look at the energy of what they were saying, how they were saying it. I didn't respond to the person because I'm kind of complexed by what you are trying to present. Did you come from a heart space when you were saying that? Or you coming, I don't know, spiteful? I don't know. I don't know what the space was. It didn't feel very nice to me. You know what I'm saying? It felt more like kind of like this. I don't know. Not a very nice thing. Don't know what your intention was when you said it. And I'm like, interesting. Okay, so lovelies, please, 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 please take care of yourselves. And tomorrow we do have a portal day. I'm going to talk about that because you know how YouTube likes to do me sometimes. They don't let me get my info out there. They show it the next day. So tomorrow is a portal day, and that's going to be the white planetary mirror. So we got a lot of energy we're moving into, and all I can say is buckle up, buttercup, because it's about to get very surreal. So on this portal day, we have I perfect in order to reflect, producing order. I seal the matrix of endlessness with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of death. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. The color will be white. Neptune will be the planet and solar and signal. It is definitely an activated portal, and it has this direct experience is indescribable. Our today's message of what we're into is the Kin 217, the red solar earth. Yeah, it's hot as hell over here right now, 102 today, Northern California. I pulse in order to evolve, realizing synchronicity, a seal of the matrix of navigation with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of space. The color is red, the planet is Uranus, the chakra is the heart, the earth family is core. Here is the message today. To master the energy system, sensitivity should be developed in the psychosensory systems so that you are able to perceive both what is apparent and what is not apparent. So we're working in fourth dimension today in that continuous consciousness energy. And then we're in the second time dimension cosmic ascension energy also. So with that being said, lovelies, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me here on Be So Light. Also, thank you, those of you that were really sending some prayers my way. I got them all. I felt all the prayers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I just want to say thank you for being a part of the tribe over here, those of you that have been with me for quite some time. Heads up, we're going to be getting into some really interesting things. If you need a little bit more extra surge in your sleeping and working with your body for healing, take, those big beach towels that you get, not those microfiber ones. Don't be, no, don't, no, no. Those big beach towels. Look at the label. If it says 100% cotton, take that and lay it inside your bedding. So when you lay down and go to sleep, you're laying on top of that towel. And watch how that energy of that cotton really starts keeping you cooler. It helps you to maintain your body temperature. So because it's 100% cotton, and cotton's high in frequency, as well as flannel is high in its frequency because it comes from like I think a cotton wool type of thing. Linen, if you want to use a linen on your bed, now's the time to really start pulling that energy in and using it, because as we're going through these time fracturing and moving like this, that energy is going to up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Once you stabilize your bed area with that, and then when you go to rest at night, you're able to rest yourself in a good frequency of energy that will help you. Okay? All right, lovelies, I'm getting, my grandmother's like, okay, time to rest. Stop pushing it. I know, I got it. I got it. All right, so lovelies, everyone, love you much. I got things to do tomorrow. I will do my best to try to be on, what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll try to be on, maybe on Friday. Come in and visit you. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at galacticspiralite.com. So easy. galacticspiralite.com. That's my webpage. Go there and then you can send an email to me through there. If you're looking to have a session with me, if you're looking to have something like mapped out for you so that you can be your walking living map, okay? The living map codes. Yes, let's do that. Because I'm telling you, when I figured mine out and I laid it out, I'm like, yes. It was a whole ball of chain. Now, I'm going to end with this. Be cautious of what comes across your screen to get your energy in a discombobulated sense. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. Be wise to that. All right, lovelies. I love you a lot. My grandmother's pressing me. I got to go ahead and get myself rested and nourished and take care of myself. All right. I love you all. Be good to yourself. Be so light. Be your light and remember who the hell you are, because you are a part of this whole frequency concept of our lives. As we go forward, it is not about who you are, what you are. It's about what is your frequency bringing to the table. I already know. I'm sitting at the table. I got codes all over the place. I'll code up anything, any place, anytime, any place. We can do it. Yeah. Got it. All right. Much love to all of you. Bye.